Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to this week's Sports Performance and Mindset Reset class. Today is going to be our strength day, so we do need a set of dumbbells today. I do recommend always having two sets of dumbbells, so that way you can drop that weight down as the movements get a little bit tougher as we go through each round. So the goal is to get 2 to 3 rounds today. We're doing 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest or transition time. And I'm going to go ahead and get started explaining everything that we're going to be doing today. So we're doing a mix of everything, total body, getting a lot of strength in here. So first thing we're going to do here is a dumbbell bent over row, but we're going to do one arm at a time and we're going to alternate here. So we're going to push those hips back towards the wall, one arm at a time, coming up towards the belly button and then coming back down. So from this angle, one arm at a time, making sure our palms are facing each other and rowing, alternating there. And then after that, we're going to do 3-second eccentric squats. So for these, you can either hold the dumbbells at your shoulders or by your sides, whatever feels best for you. But holding those dumbbells here, pushing those glutes back, 1, 2, 3, coming back up. So 1, 2, 3, and back up. So those are the eccentric squats. And then our next two movements are going to be the same on different sides. So the first one here, we're going to do reverse lunge with a knee drive. So you're going to pick one leg. So I'm on my left leg. So I'm going to step back with the right, reverse lunge, exploding up, driving that knee up. So stepping back, exploding up. So we're going to do that for 45 seconds on one leg. And then for the next 45 seconds, will be on the other leg. So now my left leg will step back and drive up with that knee. So those are the next two ones. And then finally here, we're going to do alternating overhead presses. So dumbbells at the shoulders, one arm at a time, coming up and overhead, just like that. Nothing special with tempos today, except for the eccentric squats. So we can go ahead and get started with our warm up. We're going to make our way onto the ground here and on our hands and our knees. And we're going to get our hips going a little bit first. So hands below the shoulders, knees a little bit wider than hip width here. We're going to bring the glutes to the shoulders, hold for a second or two, squeeze and come back up. So we're just going to rock between those two positions, getting our hips ready to go, keeping that core tight. Great job, everyone. Wherever we're at, let's go ahead and do one more. Awesome. Great job, everyone. All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're just going to get our back warmed up a little bit. So we're going to do some reaching here. So still on the hands and knees, my right arm here is going to reach through in between my left arm and my left leg. And we're going to exhale, pointing that hand towards the ceiling, looking past our thumb. And one more here, reaching through, inhaling as far as we can, exhaling towards the ceiling. And then we can return that right hand under the right shoulder. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So left arm reaching through in between the right arm, the right leg, reaching as far as you can. Exhaling, opening up towards the ceiling, gazing past that thumb. And last one here, inhaling, reaching through. Make sure our eyes are following our thumb the whole time. Exhaling towards the ceiling. And we can return that hand towards the ground. And then we can go ahead and stand on up. We're going to get ready to rock and roll with our circuit today. So grabbing those dumbbells, getting ready. We're doing 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest or transition time, starting with our bent over dumbbell rows, one arm at a time. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. So we have those dumbbells in our hands. We're pushing our hips back towards the wall, keeping the back flat, core tight, rowing one arm towards our butt at a time. So really making sure we're squeezing through the armpits, keeping our back nice and flat. So we're pulling those shoulder blades together and towards our butts. Making sure we have a nice bend in the knees. Breathing through. We did a lot of this movement yesterday. It's a little different here because we're not going as slow. Great job, everyone. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up we have the 3-second eccentric squat. So again, you can hold the dumbbells at your shoulders, at your sides, or you can even do a goblet squat, whatever feels good to you. 3, 2, 1. So nice and slow here. 3 seconds down, coming back up. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, my legs are sore from yesterday. I don't know about any of you all. Did lots of squats yesterday between total body strength, exercise with exos. Were great workouts. Great job, everyone. Keep pushing, keep breathing, moving nice and slow here. On the way down, exploding up. Try and get 1 to 2 more in here. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we have reverse lunge into knee drive with whichever leg you would like to start with. You also can do these weighted or unweighted. Again, whatever feels good for you today. 3, 2, 1. I might have to switch to body weight after this round. My legs are really feeling it today. If you exhale as you drive the knee up, that will help get a little bit of more explosiveness coming up. And it's really going to make sure that we use the core and not our hip flexors as we bring the knee up. Keeping that front heel on the ground, heel big toe, little toe, exploding off, pushing the ground away from us. Great job, everyone. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got 15 seconds doing that same thing on the other leg. And then we got our alternating overhead presses after that. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back with the opposite leg that we just did, driving that knee up. Being explosive. The weight is staying in our front foot. If you notice too, not stepping back that wide. We don't need to be all the way out here. We want to keep that back leg close so we can bend that knee fully, get a good range of motion, and then come right back up. Also making sure from this angle, we're stepping directly behind our foot. Like my left foot is going directly back, not stepping right behind my right leg. It's going to help with balance. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, alternating overhead presses. Oh man, my body is feeling it today. 3, 2, 1. Alternating overhead presses, keeping our shoulder blades pulled down towards our butt. So if you can see, my back is flat, my core is tight, and I'm not shrugging at my shoulders here. Just pressing the weight above my head, controlling the weight up, controlling the weight down. We are not focusing on slow on the way down here today, like we were yesterday, but really making sure we're not just letting the weight fall, because we need to control both sections of the movement to really get the most out of it. 3, 2, 1. All right, round 1 is done. I think we do have time for 2 more. So it's our lucky day today. We got bent over dumbbell rows coming up next. 3, 2, 1. I'll face this way this time. So one arm at a time, squeezing through the armpits, making sure I demonstrated that not correctly because I looked up at y'all. Want to make sure we're keeping that chin tucked because we want a nice straight neutral spine through the whole movement, and that does include our neck. So if you pretend like you got like a tennis ball or something that you're holding to your neck ever so slightly with your chin. Squeezing through those armpits. Getting that chest down, hips are back. Bring the dumbbells towards our butt. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we got the 3-second eccentric squats. So again, you can hold it at your shoulders, at your sides, or do goblet version, whatever feels good for you today, or even body weight. 3, 2, 1. If body weight is the way that you want to go today, definitely go for it, because sometimes we just need to not use the weights. And as we go through this too, and we start to get more fatigued, we feel like our form isn't there or where we want it to be, or you just imagine me, just overcorrecting you if I could see you all, then you can always drop that weight down. Again, doing what's best for you, but making sure we're feeling the movement with our practicing good intent. So feeling in the glutes, the quads, the hamstrings. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next up, we got reverse lunge into knee drive, whichever leg you choose. And then you're just going to do the other leg on the other 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So we're stepping back, driving that knee up. So keeping all the weight over the front foot. That front foot has the heel, big toe, and little toe. Pressing off the ground, we're exploding up, exhaling, driving that knee up, making sure we're using our core, keeping that core tight. Oop. This is a good one for balance too. That knee drive is going to help us with explosiveness. And just like with the marching we do on other days, the driving of the knee up is where running mechanics come in. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we got 15 seconds. I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. You can always use your rest time to get water, walk it out, do a little stretch. 3, 2, 1. Other leg here. 15 seconds goes by fast. So I don't have a ton of time, so you can really just move around a little bit, shake it out, and get rolling when that timer hits the 0, or whatever you want to call it. Great job, y'all. Keep pushing. Really using that core or being explosive. Trying to get 2 to 3 more here. 3, 2, 1. All right, quick 15 seconds. Now we got the alternating overhead presses. And then we're going to go through this one more time, and then we'll cool down as we start to get into our mindset reset. 3, 2, 1. We're alternating here, keeping those elbows slightly in front of the shoulders. So if you can tell, my elbows are out in front here. We're not all the way out to the side. We got them angled in a little bit. Keeping those elbows up. We don't want to drop the elbows down. It's going to make the movement harder on your shoulders. We need to make sure we're protecting our shoulder joints. Awesome job, y'all. We got a few more to go here. Keep pushing. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to do one more round. So we got bent over, alternating dumbbell rows first. 3, 2, 1. So feet hip width apart, one arm at a time. Squeezing through the armpit here. Exhaling as we come up. Focusing on using our back muscles here. We're using the lats, and our lat muscles go all the way from our pelvis May come all the way up the side, wrap around the front of our shoulder in the front. So that's why we squeeze through the armpits, really making sure we're activating the lats here, pulling the dumbbell straight towards the butt, keeping that elbow at 90 degrees. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we got the eccentric squats, taking 3 seconds to get down. 3, 2, 1. Wherever you want to hold the dumbbells, keeping those elbows up if they're in front. Making sure we're keeping that core tight, back flat, sitting back into our glutes, going as far as we can. That feels good. So if we go all the way down and your back is not flat or your hips aren't able to get down that far, don't go down that far. We need to listen to our bodies, do what feels good for us. Because what feels good for me is going to feel different for every single person that is here today. So doing what feels best for you. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got reverse lunge into knee drive. I'm dropping my dumbbells for this one. My legs can't take it. All right, picking a leg, 3, 2, 1, stepping back, driving the knee up. We're being explosive. So that knee coming up, that's the running action here. So that's why we got these in here today. Getting ready for whatever sport we want to play today. But I think most sports involve running at some capacity. Even though I did play softball because you didn't have to run as much. Yes, I will admit, I do not like running. But if you know me, you did already know that. And all my cardio is walking or riding the bike. All right, try and get one more in here. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna do the other leg. And then we got our overhead presses. And then we can grab some water and then we'll make our way to the ground. 3, 2, 1. So reverse lunge on the other leg here. Still being explosive. Exhaling as we come up. Keep pushing. I know the more we do these, the tougher they get, especially after all of our leg stuff yesterday and Wednesday, I guess, because I did add a lot of legs on Wednesday. I'm not used to teaching on Wednesdays. So I kept on thinking Wednesday was Thursday. I don't know about any of you guys. I probably threw everyone off that day. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last movement of the day. Alternating overhead presses. All right, getting those dumbbells ready. 3, 2, 1. One arm at a time. Keeping that core tight, back flat. Using our shoulders here, controlling up, controlling down. If we go too fast, then we're really not feeling the movement the way it was intended. And that's where we really need to make sure we're focusing on how our muscles feel, how the shoulders feel, and really where we're feeling this movement. Maybe you feel it in your core because you're really keeping your core tight today, which is a good thing. Great job, everyone. 3, 2, 1, and we are done with that circuit for the day. Nice job, everyone. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it. And then we are going to start our cool down and reset our mindset going into the weekend. So we're going to go ahead and start off. We can do a half kneeling position here. We're going to stretch out our hip flexors and our hamstrings. So half kneeling, if you need to grab a pillow or fold your yoga mat up, whatever feels good for your knee. But I have my right knee on the ground right now. My left foot is on the ground. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch. We're going to squeeze our glute of the knee that's on the ground. We're going to tuck our pelvis so our back is nice and flat. We're going to push those hips forward. On my right knee is on the ground, so my right arm is going to go overhead. Breathing nice and deep into the belly, feeling the front of the hip expand. And on our exhale, we're going to push those hips back, straighten our front leg, toes to the ceiling, and do a nice hamstring stretch. Again, nice, big, deep inhales through the nose into the belly. Exhaling through the mouth, nice and slow. And on that exhale, we can go ahead and return to our hip flexor stretch. So we're pushing those hips forward, squeezing that glute, reaching the arm overhead. Nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, push those hips back into our hip hamstring stretch. Keeping our pelvis tucked, push those hips back. We're feeling that all through the hamstring and maybe into the calf a little bit. The more your toes are towards the ceiling, or the more you'll feel it in your calf. And we can go ahead and release out of that. And we are going to switch over to the other side. So now left knee is on the ground, right foot is on the ground. Same thing here. We're going to tuck our pelvis, squeeze that glute of the knee that's on the ground. Push those hips forward, raising the left arm overhead now because the left knee is on the ground. We're pushing those hips forward, keeping our back flat. We're inhaling into the belly, feeling that hip expand. And on our exhale, pushing those hips back into our hamstring stretch, toes towards the ceiling. Nice big deep breath. And on the exhale, we can go ahead and go back to hip flexor. So we're squeezing that glute, pushing those hips forward, reaching that hand overhead. Nice big deep belly breath. And we're going to exhale into the hamstring stretch. Toes to the ceiling, hips are back, back is flat. Nice job, y'all. On the next exhale, we can go ahead and come out of that. And we're going to really calm our body down now. So we're going to go ahead on our hands and knees, take those knees wider than hip width. We're going to walk our hands forward, sink our hips back, forehead, chin, or cheeks to the ground for some child's pose. So as we're in this child's pose, we're really going to help our bodies relax here. And a relaxed body is going to lead to a relaxed mind and vice versa. So what we're going to do here is we're going to inhale nice and deep for 4 to 6 seconds. And then we're going to hold for 4 seconds. And then we're going to exhale through the mouth, sighing away our tension today with a nice long exhale. So that could be, if you inhaled for 6 seconds, exhale for 7 to 8 seconds. Inhale for 4 seconds, you can exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. So just really making those exhales as long as we can. Even if you can do 10 seconds, that's even better. So my favorite is 6, 4, 10. And what that's going to do is it can help just relax your body, relax your mind. So if you have any moments of maybe some anxiety or stress during the day, you just go and lay down. You can do some child's pose. You can lay on your back, whatever feels good. And that's where you can start to do the 6, 4, 10. And your heart rate will come way down. And once your heart rate comes down, then your mind is going to calm down and you're going to kick into your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's just the rest and digest, right? So you have your fight or flight and your rest and digest. That's going to kick in the rest and digest. So it's going to help you just, all of your body systems are going to calm down. They're going to be a little bit more efficient. Your adrenaline and cortisol aren't going to be pumping through your body. So it's a good way to just relax the body, relax the mind. And once we've done that a few times, we can really start to think about what our intentions are for the day and even for the weekend too. So, what do we want today to look like? What is the energy we want to bring to work into our life after work for the weekend? With a holiday weekend coming up, maybe you're going to do something really fun on Sunday. So, making sure that you get, you know, everything out of the way, all the stressors you need to get rid of today and tomorrow. So that way, you can go into the next 2 days nice and refreshed and relaxed. So, really just setting yourself up, thinking about what your goal is for today, how you're going to accomplish that, what your energy levels are going to be like. Just picturing your perfect day and just thinking of 1 to 2 things that you really want to accomplish and set that intention. Or maybe that's not even related to your goals. Maybe it's just, today you're going to be a better person or you're going to drink less coffee, setting something for the day that's going to help you bring your best self into the day. That's what I want us to do right now. So we're closing our eyes, picturing our day, picturing a perfect day, and thinking of 1 to 2 intentions that we're going to set for today. Still focusing on the breathing though. Relax the mind, relax the body. Great job, everyone. Let's go ahead and do one more big deep breath here. And if you would like to stay in child's pose, you can go ahead and stay there for as long as you'd like. That's going to be all the time I have for today for sports performance and mindset reset. So, thank you all so much for joining me. I love getting the day started nice and early with a good workout with y'all. Y'all are doing awesome every week. We do have one more live class today. We have Functional Fitness Friday and guided breathing, which normally that's with Elise, but that will be with me today. So, if you'd like to take another one of my classes today, feel free to come later at 12. You can find our full group exercise schedule up on our SharePoint site. Just type in Access at Autodesk into Autodesk One, and you'll find our schedule. We do also have signups going for our Summer Shred Step Challenge. So get your activity in, get some points for that, and you can win some fun prizes. So you can also sign up on SharePoint. But thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see y'all soon.